shoot to kill. Hamaza, kill the poor, the farmer. Kill the poor, the farmer.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, I'm diving deep into a story that's causing a major buzz not just in South Africa but globally. Julius Malema has thrown down a bombshell, claiming that Donald Trump is targeting our country because of our support for Palestine. And believe me, this isn't just political posturing, it's a full-blown international showdown that could reshape global alliances. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll have the full story.
When Donald Trump declares that, I open quote, bad things are happening in South Africa, without evidence, we must not assume that the USA is misinformed. Instead, we must question the real intention behind such statement. After Trump's remarks, the US froze foreign aid globally under the pretext of assessing alignment with the policy outlook. For South Africa, this meant PEPFAR funding of HIV/AIDS response was under threat. On 26 February 2025, the freeze became permanent, terminating funding indefinitely. The US aggression towards South Africa is nothing more than Israel's revenge for our moral stance in support of Palestine. Meanwhile, some of us have been labeled international criminals, a designation used before the West assassinates those who opposed its agenda. Before invading the nations, the US always fabricates human rights violation to justify intervention. Today, same tactics are being used against South Africa. The growing calls by right-wing groups for foreign funding to establish independent states and to be armed by foreign interests must be recognized as part of a broader plan. This is the early stage of economic isolation, leading ultimately to military intervention. Next, AGOA will be terminated, escalating tensions between USA and South Africa.
Let's start with the basics. Julius Malema, as you know, is never one to hold back his opinions. In his latest claim, he said that Trump's anger towards South Africa isn't due to trade disputes or land reforms, it's because we have the guts to support Palestine. Now, that's a bold statement. Think about it. For decades, South Africa has been a beacon for human rights and justice, a legacy from our own hard-fought battles against apartheid. Supporting liberation movements isn't just a policy here, it's part of our national DNA. So, when Malema accuses Trump of targeting us for this very reason, it hits right at our core. But why would Trump care so much about our stance? Trump's entire political brand is built around his America First agenda. He's known to react explosively to any challenge to his worldview. Over the years, he's had a habit of singling out leaders who dare to oppose him, and now it seems our moral high ground, our support for Palestine, is exactly the kind of challenge he can't stand. According to Malema, every time South Africa voices its solidarity with Palestine, Trump fires off angry tweets and makes bold public statements. And while some applaud us for standing up for what's right, others worry this could lead to serious diplomatic and economic repercussions for our country. Now, let's dig a little deeper into the geopolitical context. Our support for Palestine isn't a new policy, it's a long-standing commitment. It's intertwined with our own history of resisting oppression. For many South Africans, this stance is a continuation of our legacy, a moral compass guiding our actions on the global stage. And yet, Trump's reaction suggests that, in his view, such moral posturing threatens American interests. It's almost as if he believes that by aligning ourselves with Palestine, we're indirectly challenging the US narrative on international conflicts. It's a stark reminder of how volatile international politics can be when values and interests collide. But here's where it gets really interesting. Trump's recent address to Congress, where he mentioned receiving a letter from Ukrainian President Zelensky about coming to the negotiating table for peace, adds another layer to this drama. While that meeting may seem unrelated, Malema ties it into a broader pattern. Trump's apparently using every opportunity to push his agenda and reassert American dominance, even if it means targeting allies for simply standing by their principles. And let's be honest, when you mix Trump's bombastic style with our firmly held values, the result is nothing short of explosive. The reactions here in Mzansi have been as varied as they are intense. Social media is buzzing with opinions. Some people are proud that we're unafraid to stand up for what's right, while others are concerned that such a stance might cost us dearly in terms of aid and trade. I've seen everything from passionate support for our moral high ground to calls for a more pragmatic foreign policy approach. It's a debate that's not just about politics, it's about identity, pride, and the kind of future we want for our country.